Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia Lott. This channel is about bullet journaling and goal setting, and this is my weekly video, and a little later on I'm going to walk you through setting up my weekly spread in my bullet journal. So this week was not the most productive week for me, I'm not gonna lie. I spent the beginning of the week not feeling great, so I was in bed for the first I'd say 2 days of this week, but I feel fine now. I progressively did get better, and now I feel great. I feel at 100%, thank goodness. And I have made my week in review page. I will fill this out on Sunday, but I wanted to share this quote with you, which kind of goes with our theme for the week, not quite, but kind of. People think focusing is about saying yes to the thing you've got to focus on. It means saying no to the 100 other good ideas that there are. You have to pick carefully. I'm actually as proud of the things we haven't done as the things I have done. Innovation is saying no to 1,000 things. And that is a quote by my fashion idol, Steve Jobs. So that quote, not really, but kind of goes with my theme of this week, which is know yourself and say no. So knowing yourself, just knowing what works best for you, what's not going to work for you, and being able to say no to things that don't work for you. That is something that I have struggled with my entire adult life. I am a people pleaser, and I sometimes just commit myself to things that I know deep down are not going to work for me, and then I end up suffering the consequences of that later. I would like to be able to just say 100% no, this is not the right move for me, and being able to say no in that moment versus saying yes first and then kind of going back on it later. Knowing yourself and knowing when to say no to things that are not going to work for you is going to hopefully open doors to be able to say yes to things that will work for you. So a very stupid example of not knowing myself, or at least not knowing myself right away, and people pleasing came up in my life this week. So first, let me start out by saying with this story, I don't mean to sound like an ingrate. With my job, when I first started my job, they sent me all of the computer equipment that I would need, or that they thought I would need anyway, to be able to do my job. So they sent me a laptop, a 27-inch monitor, and a keyboard. So for me, I don't know if it's an ADHD thing or what it is, but I am very I can't say that word. I'm susceptible to sensory overload. Like, I don't like a lot of stuff in my face. I have worked on multiple monitors before, and I don't really like that feeling of like dragging things to one monitor and dragging it over here and putting it there, or having, email on one monitor and then another window over here. And I prefer to work on one screen and work on one thing at a time. And also, I just don't have enough space really on my desk to have this monitor and be able to do all the other stuff that I do, like having my YouTube channel, having my space for my journal. I just decided I don't want to have this 27-inch monitor. It stayed in the box the entire time I've been with this company. I haven't taken it out. All the stuff's still wrapped in the plastic and everything. Thinking about moving in a couple of months, I thought, well, maybe I should figure out what to do with this monitor, because I know I'm not going to use it, and I could just send it back to the company, and that way I don't have to worry about moving it to the new place, because that would be stupid. So I contacted the IT department at the company. They contacted the CEO of the company, and he said, hey Alicia, it's okay, keep it, sell it, do whatever you want, because it would cost us more to have the monitor shipped back to us than the monitor is actually worth. Cool. But then I have a friend, he just loves everything about computers. I always joke with him that he should work at Best Buy or at Apple or something like that, where he can just talk about computers all day long. When I told him about this monitor and the fact that it's now mine to keep, he just about lost his mind. He's like, "Oh my gosh, Alicia, you know what you could do? Yeah, you can hook it up to your computer and you can edit your videos and you can have one screen for your video and then one screen for this and that." And I kept saying like, no, I don't know if it's for me. I feel like it would be just too much stuff in my face all the time. It just felt very overwhelming. But he was so excited about the whole thing. In that moment, I kind of felt like an ingrate, like, yeah, they sent me all this cool equipment and it's now mine to keep for free. Maybe I should do something with it. Oh, and he's like, yeah, try it this weekend. Go ahead and hook that monitor up to your laptop and you can do the blah, blah, blah. And do you have this cable and that cable and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I don't know what cables I need. I can figure it out, whatever. Yeah, totally. I'm going to do that this weekend. So I kind of made a little promised to him that I would set up this monitor, and what I was doing is setting my office up in the way that he thinks I should have my office versus what actually would work well for me. This morning I got up, I walked over to that big box where the monitor is, and I started to open it up, and as I'm opening it and taking all of the things out, finally I got to the part where I would have had to actually take the monitor out and, you know, take the styrofoam off and stuff, and I was just like, what am I doing? Like, this is not me. I don't want this thing, this giant thing on my desk. I don't want it. No, this is not for me. Sometimes people, they want what's best for you and they see what works for them and they try to kind of pressure you, maybe lovingly, to do something that they know works for them and they think it's going to automatically work for you, and they're not really listening to your reasons for why you don't want to do that thing. So it's difficult to say no in those situations, at least for me, because yeah, it's like I know that this person maybe has more experience with this thing as well and has more knowledge about it, and they have had success with it, and it's something that works really great for them. For me, I know it would be a train wreck, and so in that moment it was like, okay, I don't want to say no. I want to be polite. In the future, I want to know myself enough in the moment to be able to just say, hey, you know what? That looks like it works great for you. This is not going to work well for me. End of story. The situation with the monitor may not be the greatest example, but thinking of things like events or things that you're committing to, different projects, favors, things like that, I want to be more mindful of that little voice in your head that's saying, hey, do you think this is the best idea for you? Are you only doing this to please this person, or because you think you should be doing it, or whatever the case may be? So I'm going to start to ask myself this series of questions. First, is this important? Is this something that I need to do for whatever reason? Is this going to keep a roof over my head? Is this going to make my spouse love me? Do I have to do this? And there's different emphasis that you can put on this question. Do I have to do this? Can this be something that I can delegate to another person? Is this something that I specifically have to do? Or you can ask this, do I have to do this? Is this a thing that is necessary? Do I want to do this? Is this something I want to do? And if it's not something I want to do and it's not something that I have to do, then why the hell am I doing it? And then, do I know how to do this? Sometimes people ask you stuff or things come along and it's like, I don't know if I even know how to do this. And is it going to take a long time to learn how to do this? And do I want to learn how to do this? So it's just all going in a circle here. And then next, I got another post-it. Do I have the mental energy to do this? Because sometimes it may be important and you may want to do it, but you just don't have the mental bandwidth to be able to do that thing in that moment, and you may have to put it off until later, until you have recharged your batteries. And also, do I have the physical energy to do this? Sometimes, yeah, you might be sick, you might just feel tired. So yeah, I will be pondering, my post-its. I will be pondering these questions. In my last Sunday video, I did say that my next video would be my Wednesday video, and I didn't do it. My goal with this channel, at least right now, is to help people journal. Does that necessarily have to be a Wednesday video that is edited and published on a certain date? I don't know. I've known that for a while, but I still try to kind of cram it in there and make it work. And it's just not working. It's not working. So that's what I'm thinking about going forward. I know myself enough to be able to say no to forcing myself to do Wednesday videos every other Wednesday. Let's get on with our weekly spread. This is going to be the last weekly spread in this journal, and then I will start another journal next week. I'm so excited. I love starting a new book. So first, what I'm going to do is put my habit tracker here, and my intention with my habit tracker is to break things up into small enough manageable tasks that I can do the things every day. My motto is small and stupid. Like, I want to make the daily tasks so small and stupid that I would be almost crazy not to do the thing. So I think most of the time I do pretty well with that. Sometimes I do make the tasks too large, or I put them at times that are not really realistic for me. So I still struggle with that, but that is the goal. Oh no. This is my habit tracker, and now I'm going to do my to-do list. I really would like to get to the point in life where I have one day where I don't do anything and I don't have any to-dos. I'm not there yet, but that is just something to think about. Maybe you are already in that place, and if you are, then I envy you. Alright, now it's time to do my weekly tasks. So these are things that, much like the daily tasks, these are things that I do on a weekly basis that will lead me to an end goal. hate the end of the month. No, I see what I did here and what I've been doing for like the past couple of weeks now is that I put the week of March 31st, but that's going into April. April 1st is Monday. So I'm not even sure if I should include this strip of squares here. I don't know. For now, I'm going to leave them. I may go ahead and put correction tape over them later. I don't know. These are my first, January through June goals from now on. And so then I left me some space down here, and I was going to put a quote, but I couldn't quite fit it. So here I will show you the quote. And it is next to the lovely Miss Josephine Baker, but the quote is from Iyanla Van Zandt, and it is, "You have a right to say no. Most of us have very weak and flaccid no muscles. We get ostracized and challenged for saying no, so we forget it's our choice. Your no muscle has to be built up to a place where you can say, I don't care if that's what you want. I don't want that. No." Please leave me a like if you enjoyed this video, if this was useful or helpful to you in any way. And please subscribe so that you can see more. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope this was helpful for your journal. And I will give you the upside down wave goodbye. Have a wonderful week.